Hey everybody, thanks for joining us on this training today. Today's topic is your first day in real estate, okay? Really guys, what's important to take away from this is it doesn't really matter whether this is your first day in real estate or if this is your second year in real estate. The items that we're gonna review today are things that you're gonna wanna do to enhance your ability to be visible as a real estate agent and really put yourself out there in the marketplace, okay? So how to get started in real estate is kind of the topic today. All right, so day one, you want to meet with your broker or at least somebody representing your firm and understand a couple of different things. You want to understand the procedures, okay? There's going to be a procedural process for submitting offers, documentation. There's going to be documentation requirements, so different brokerages have different documents. Ours has our own set of documents and our own set of checklists, if you will. So you want to make sure that you understand what documents are necessary for each one of your transactions because they are different, okay? There's going to be company systems, for an example, like tech within the office or brokerage, CRM systems and others, okay? And then you're going to want to understand the bottom one, payment processing. What I mean by that is you're going to want to understand how you get paid, all right? So once you finally settle your deal, what is the process of getting your money, all right? So those are going to be pretty important to you. All right, number one, challenges that new agents face, okay? Obscurity. Obscurity is basically, we'll go into that just in a minute, as a matter of fact, but obscurity is a big one for brand new agents. Lack of customers, okay? Most brand new agents don't already have a fan base of customers just waiting to work with them. They might know one or two people, they might not know anybody, okay? There's gonna be lack of money in a lot of cases. Some people are gonna come in and they're gonna have that ability to have a little bit of a pocket, if you will. So these agents are gonna need to understand, is it gonna be sweat equity or is it gonna be check equity? Okay, sweat equity is I'm gonna put in the work, I'm gonna bootstrap and get this thing done. I'm gonna just make it happen with the resources that I have available to me. Or the check equity is maybe I have $10,000 in the bank and I can go ahead and really put together some solid marketing, create a nice campaign and get things rolling that way, okay? Another obstacle, lack of working knowledge, all right? So there's definitely for new agents and even some somewhat experienced agents, okay? There's gonna be a lack of working knowledge. And a lack of confidence. Now those two kind of tie with one another. So your lack of working knowledge and your lack of confidence are kind of born in the same thread, if you will, okay? As you get the working knowledge, the confidence will build, all right? So most importantly, we gotta get you working. All right, so obscurity. The definition, we looked it up, it's the state of being unknown, inconspicuous, or unimportant, okay? That's day one, and that's sometimes year two for some agents, okay? There's lots of agents that have been doing it part-time and they wanna know, how do I break into this full-time? How do I really solidify my career as a real estate agent and make it known that this is what I'm doing? Well, you need to make it known, right? So, obscurity is being basically unknown. Nobody knows who you are, what you do, or how you can help them, all right? So the ways to overcome obscurity, and again, this is brand new, this is like you're just getting in, what do I do first? Work with people you know, like, and trust, and we're talking about your current contact list, all right? So your current contacts are going to be the basis of how you move your business forward. It sounds kind of silly to most people who haven't been in a sales career to think that they're gonna call their mom, their aunt, their uncle, their cousin, their sister, their friend, and tell them, well, I'm in real estate. I feel a lot of times they feel like they already know, okay? But they don't already know necessarily, and you'd be surprised who they know. If we can assume that each one of your contacts knows 100 people, if you only have 5 contacts, well, now you know 500 people through the channels of those people, okay? So you have to expand on the people you already know and find out who they know that's about to sell or buy or rent or anything, right? Refinance. There's 100 ways to get into the mix here and make yourself relevant and overcome obscurity. You can help somebody link with a lender today to refinance, and in 2 years they might be selling their home. 2 years seems like a long time, but it's going to come whether you're in real estate or not, okay? So the challenge to brand new agents is, how do I make it to the 2-year point when that friend is about to sell their home and they want to employ me, okay? You want to send out emails, text, and phone communications to all of your contacts, okay? Most every single person that's coming in, if you're viewing this content on YouTube, or if you're here, more than likely you have a cell phone in your pocket. You can send out text messages at no charge, basically, whatever your monthly phone bill is. Emails, okay? You can send out emails almost like for nothing. Like if you have a computer, you have an iPhone, you have any kind of device, you can send an email, okay? Gmail accounts are free, so you can get all that done. And phone communications, again, get on the phone. Don't be shy. You have to overcome your fear of rejection, okay? And you have to just get on the phone and talk to people. And the more you talk to people, the more questions they'll ask, the more opportunities you'll get to learn, and the better you'll become, and we'll start to build that self-confidence, all right? Make social media accounts for your business. So this is gonna be Instagram, Facebook, it could be TikTok, it could be any number of platforms, but you should have a presence on all of those that is separate from your personal presence, okay? The reason that I say it needs to be separate from your personal presence is that not everything you do in your personal life needs to correlate with your business, okay? So the birthday party you were at this weekend, if it wasn't a realtor's birthday party, or it wasn't a buyer or a seller's birthday party, may not be relevant to the idea that you're selling real estate. So you want to kind of keep those things separated, and the real estate platform will allow you to talk about real estate. And you can invite friends from your personal list that might be interested in real estate into your business accounts, okay? So you want to go ahead and set those up. And again, we're talking free. It doesn't cost you anything to have an Instagram account. It doesn't cost you anything but a little bit of time to have a Facebook account. It doesn't cost you anything but a little bit of time to put together some TikToks, all right? So again, this is day one stuff. This is the free stuff. Make a video of yourself. Who are you? What do you do? Share this on all your platforms. So just post it. Just make a silly video. Get outside of your comfort zone. Again, overcome the fear of rejection, overcome the fear of what people are going to think about you, and make a video of yourself. Hey, I'm Doug Gallagher, and I help people buy, sell, and rent. Pretty simple stuff. It doesn't have to be snazzy, jazzy. Do something silly, wear a silly hat, I don't care. You know, whatever you want to do, if that's the kind of personality you have, or if you're just looking to step outside of your bounds, and get it out there and share it. Video is the #1 content consumed at this point, okay? So understand that. And you can begin to create flyers with your contact information and photos to distribute. So basically, you can put together some flyers so that when you do meet some people, it's easy for you to just kind of hand out. Also, order some business cards. Day one stuff. We want to get your business cards rolling. We want to make sure you have something you can give to people when you meet them, that you can say, here I am, I'm Doug Gallagher, here's my business card, this has all of my contact information on it. There's 100 ways to do this. We order business cards for the majority of our clients, or I'm sorry, our realtors anyways, depending on how we work with that individual. Our office agents, their business cards are free for life. Understand it's going to take a week or two to get those in once we actually place the order. So we have to format them, then place the order, then get them here. So, but ultimately you want to make sure you want to have something to give to people, okay? So overcoming lack of customers. All right, so talking about the lack of customers. Friends, family, co-workers, sports families. So maybe your children have a baseball league that they play in, a hockey league they play in, maybe they race go-karts, any number of things. So that's kind of your sports family. Look to your church, look to your school, your children's school. Look to board members. Maybe you sit on a board somewhere, look to those board members, or maybe get involved with different boards, right? Maybe alumni from your college, if you went to college, or even just high school. Lots of people, will kind of gravitate to you just because they went to school with you and they know who you are, right? And they love to see you doing well. Fraternities or sororities. So if you went to college and you have any of that experience, fraternities and sororities are basically a brotherhood, right? These people are, if they live in this area, they're very likely to be able to use your services without any hesitation. And then like competition. So we put in here like sporting clubs. Maybe you're a active member at the gun sporting club, and you're with the shooting range, and you know you're shooting targets on the weekends or whatever. So these are all opportunities that most anyone has day one. Okay. Yes, we would love to say, here's somebody who wants to sell their house today and hand it to you, but that's just not the reality of real estate. That's just not the way it works, okay? You're gonna have to work through some of this stuff to find basically what we call shaking the bushes, to find the people who are preparing themselves or are ready to transact in real estate, okay? Overcoming lack of money. This is your sweat equity side. This is where you're gonna put in the work. You're gonna do the push-ups, you're gonna get ready, right? So this is for all those who don't have $10,000 in the bank or $100,000 in the bank or whatever, and they just want to get things moving. Okay, this is going to be 99% of us, by the way, so don't feel bad if this is you. This was me. All right. Day one, knock some doors right in your neighborhood. Talk to some people. Hi, I'm Doug Gallagher. I help people buy, sell, and rent their homes. Just out today wondering, are you thinking of selling your home? Would you be interested in a free home valuation? I would take my time, prepare a CMA for you, bring it back to you, and present it to you and show you exactly what your home's worth in the market today. Pretty simple stuff, but it involves overcoming that fear of rejection. Yes, I've had the door shut in my face. No, it doesn't feel great. But I've also sold houses by doing exactly that, just knocking on doors, okay? So, FSBO, for sale by owner, otherwise known as first source of business opportunity. All right, this is first source of business opportunity. These people want to sell their home. We already know they want to sell their home. There's some kind of disconnect as to why they're not using a real estate agent. If you look at the statistics, homes that are represented by real estate agents sell at something like 15 to 20% higher market value than homes that sell for sale by owner, okay? So what I mean by that is that when people approach a for sale by owner home, it's kind of like approaching like an as is kind of home. They assume there's some disconnect, there's something wrong, they assume the worst basically. When homes are represented by professionals like us, they are sold at a higher price. So more often than not, we're able to actually work in our pay on top of what they actually would have received, okay? So for lack of better terms, we can put our commission on the back side of it and still get them the money that they're looking for. When you're talking to for sale by owners, you're talking to somebody who's maybe untrusting of real estate agents, maybe have a feeling they can do it themselves. They might be lacking money, okay? They may not feel like there's enough there to pay a real estate agent. So you're gonna wanna try to understand their fears and overcome them. We're gonna do a completely different training that's focused basically on that alone, but ultimately, for sale by owners are your first source of business opportunity, okay? Expired listings. Today, there are not many expired listings. When I came into the real estate market in 2015, they were everywhere. They were falling off the market daily. There was probably 3 to 4 a day in Kent County that expired, okay? These are an opportunity. These people, again, we know they want to sell their home. They went through the trouble of hiring a real estate professional, filling out the 140 questions on the disclosure, letting them take pictures, posting it on the internet, and then allowing showings throughout the entire time that they were on. So we know these people are motivated. These people are ready to go. They wanted to get it done. They didn't get it done. What was wrong? Was their real estate agent not getting them enough exposure? Was their price too high? Was the house not in great shape? Did it need repairs? You're gonna need to explore those things and understand what went wrong. Then take that to the owner, probably knock that door, and talk to them about the things that you see that could be improved in the way that you do business, okay? So some of this you need to have a little bit of pre-planning for, but talking with expired listings, you could also just pick the phone up and call them. There's different services that'll help you find their phone number. Normally they're gonna give you 3 or 4 of their last phone numbers. Some people have had the same number for 40 years. Some people have had 4 phones this year. So it can be a little bit difficult to do that, but you might get on the phone with them. It's a quicker and more efficient way than knocking the door, but the knocking the door is more authentic and, in my opinion, translates better. Withdrawn listings, same kind of thing. These are the people who are maybe didn't expire, but something changed. Something along the way changed, and they went from yes, I'm a seller to I'm not going to sell right now. That could be them firing their real estate agent because they did a terrible job, right? That could be them not getting that transfer to Ohio that they thought they were getting, and so now things aren't changing and they're going to just stay in the area. However, we know that at one point they were going to get transferred to Ohio, so that's likely to happen sometime in the near future, right? So keep that in mind. Absentee owners, these are your landlords. These are the people who don't live in the home that you're trying to market on their behalf, all right? So these are landlords who don't live in the home that you're trying to market. There are 100 resources where you can buy lists. Okay, you normally have to buy them. Maybe somebody in the office already has one. Check with people in your office. Anybody know who the absentee owners are in the area? But these are the people who own homes they do not live in. Okay, and a lot of times they have already depreciated the valuation out of them, or the only reason they rented them was because they couldn't sell it back in 2009 when the market wasn't right for them, and now they are ready to sell. Okay, we're seeing a lot of this in the market today. A lot of the homes that we're seeing as inventory in the market are actually old rentals, previous rentals anyways. So you want to try to find out where they live. Okay, you don't want to find out where their rental is necessarily. You want to try to figure out where they themselves live. Okay, if you do a public records search just through Kent County public records, tax records, you can see where they send the tax bill, okay, and where their mailing address is for free. It's a public website and you can get in there for free. You need to find out which homes they own so that you can go and do that. However, you can go in there and find out who they are, where they receive their mail, and either knock that door or send them a nice postcard, send them a nice letter, let them know who you are, what you're doing, all that kind of stuff, okay? Additionally, we got probate and obituary. It's a little bit dark, okay? It's not necessarily our favorite thing to talk about. We're not like chasing ambulances or anything like that, okay? So don't get us wrong. But if you pay attention to the obituary column in the newspaper, which is like 50 cents, right? You start to see some people will be passing away because that's part of life. And these are opportunities. A lot of times these homes will be sold shortly thereafter, okay? Also, you can get yourself in with a nice probate attorney and soften your approach, so maybe you don't need to speak to the deceased family directly and feel uncomfortable in that manner. But if you can get in with the attorney who's handling their estate, they will a lot of times just hand you the business time and time again because you're helping them. They're going to need to know what's this home going to be worth when we do go to sell it, and then when we do go to sell it, can you help us do that? Okay, so probate is a great way to, again, probate attorneys, especially because it kind of softens it. You're not approaching the family crying on the front lawn of the house. So, but the obituary column, pay attention because it's there, guys. People die every single day. That's a part of life. So it's there, and it has to be known. It's a great way to sweat equity your way into things. Cold calls, right? So you might find that people in the office have old leads. Okay, maybe the office you have. Our office definitely is buying leads at this point, and there's an amount of leads that just never answer their phone. They just never converted for whatever reason, and there's just going to be an abundance, like a boneyard, if you will, of old leads. I have called old rental leads and asked them, "Are you ready to buy?" And I've actually been successful doing that and sold homes doing exactly that. So even though they're old, doesn't mean that they aren't relevant. And we need to understand too, everybody lives somewhere, right? So every single person lives somewhere, even if it's under the bridge, okay? And we want to be able to help them. So old leads, new leads, doesn't matter. They're leads, they're people, they're contacts. So you want to be able to try to maybe call old leads. And when you call an old lead that wasn't going to buy anyways, and you make a few mistakes and flub your lines, you don't really know your scripts real well, or whatever the case is, who cares? They weren't going to buy from you anyway. So it's a great way to make some mistakes and start to build a better conversation and better self-confidence as well. So keep that in mind, guys. We have to make some mistakes, and we'd rather be making them with people that we don't already know, like, and trust, like old leads, than maybe our family members, or maybe we're more comfortable making mistakes with our family members and friends. Whatever the case, doesn't matter. Make some mistakes because they're coming. All right, that's the reality of it. You could look at open house registers. Okay, so lots of agents will have open houses. They'll have people sign in, and those people will be followed up with at some point, and probably not very thoroughly though. Okay, so they might have 100 names of people who have stopped by their open houses that they're never going to call, and they'll be glad enough to just hand them to you, and maybe you can convert one, right? Work out a deal with them. Maybe you kick them some money back at the time when you close, but that's an opportunity for you to get some leads, because those people were out shopping for a house at one point. Maybe they bought, maybe they haven't. Maybe they bought and now they're ready to sell. Who knows? All right, maybe they didn't do anything and now they're ready to sell and go buy. Double dip, right? So rental prospects. So guys, a lot of people frown upon rentals. They don't make a whole lot of money at the showing rentals. The people aren't the best demographic, whatever the case is. I'm gonna tell you right now, one of my first deals ever was a guy who wanted to see a rental. I took and showed it to him, and he ends up, I convert him, talk to him about why he's not buying, those sorts of things, and we'll have a whole training on that too. But ultimately, flipped him, he went and bought a house. So instead of making a $300 commission, I made a $6,000 commission. Okay, so these are opportunities. These people all live somewhere, and lots of them don't understand that the qualifications that they're going to need to meet in order to rent a home in our area through a professional property management company are basically as stringent or more stringent than the qualifications that it would take to buy a home. Okay, so the property management companies in our area are very tough on what they will and will not accept. Tougher, in fact, in most cases, than even the bank. So if they can rent, they can probably buy, and they probably either have some reservation about it or some kind of fearsome unknown. You know, if you can talk to them, answer a few questions for them, you'd be surprised how quickly they'd be ready to buy instead of rent. You can make a website. Notice it's make a website, not have somebody make it for you. Like, so lots of people can go lots of places and just make themselves a website. Okay, websites are good. They more or less confirm that you exist. They're not as prevalent or as needed today as a social media page, for instance. So your social media can kind of stand in as your website. So the website is kind of an older model, an older way of thinking. However, it does bring relevance to you. If somebody searches your website that's on your business card, you know, and a lot of people would prefer to see your website on your business card, for instance, then they find you there, and it solidifies the fact that you are in fact who you said you were, and there's some connection there. You can also put your social media on your business card and achieve the very same thing, okay? Probably more powerfully and for free, right? Keep in mind, websites have upkeep that you're gonna need to do, so there's gonna be some maintenance to them. Okay, you're gonna have to host it and everything else. All right. Also, have an open house at other agents' listings. So we understand this is day one real estate. You don't have listings, right? But maybe somebody in your office has some listings and they're just not gonna be around this weekend. They're gonna be at the beach. They're gonna be with their family or whatever the case is. And their clients have been asking them, are you gonna have an open house? Here's your opportunity. I'll do it for you. You sit at the open house, and what you would gain from this is the working knowledge of showing a home, okay? And also the contact list, because again, we're talking about open house registers. So have your contacts when they walk in the door, register, and then follow up with them and make sure that you're now gaining clients, right? Because these people are shopping for a home. Also, one thing you need to understand about open houses is that people who don't know a real estate agent that they want to hire to sell their home will shop open houses and basically interview the agent without the agent even knowing or understanding that that's what they're doing. So I want you to understand, open houses are job interviews, okay? Next slide. All right, so moving still through the sweat equity side of things, Post on social media, free. Do some frequently asked questions stuff, free. You can source Google, anything else. You can go right to Google and just say, what are the frequently asked questions and answers to real estate needs? And you can Google, they would probably come up with 1,000 different things. You can just make a quick video about it. You could even just post some stuff, true and false kind of stuff, right? So frequently asked questions, fun self-made videos. You could do a home tour. Maybe you are going to do that open house for Joe, the realtor in the office, and you want to go ahead and kind of get a preemptive strike in there. You can go out and see the home yourself, make a quick video of it, post it on social media for free with your phone for free, and get some people liking it, get some people interested, and get some people out that weekend to go and see it, right? You could write some articles on your social media, and you could join in with other listing agents within your office, okay? Or even share other agents' listings, I think is where we were going with this. So share other agents' listings within your office. You want to make sure that they know you're going to do it and that kind of stuff. You're never going to want to represent yourself as the listing agent if you're not, but perception is reality. And when people see listings with your brand, they know you work at On the Move Realty, and they see an On the Move Realty listing on your social media, they just assume that this might be your listing. And there's no law against assuming, okay? There is a law against lying, okay? We can't lie to people, but posting things will help people understand that you're active in the market and that you're moving and shaking, okay? And other real estate agents, you're gaining more ground for them. You're getting them more and more notarized with every time that somebody views that listing, and the more better and better likelihood that they're going to actually sell that listing. So most agents will not have a problem with it, right? You want to attend events, guys. You can get with